What's up YouTube? This is Daniel Carter at AfroHerpkeeper. Today, after thousands of comments, 170,000 views, and some absurd number of new subscribers, today we are filming the very first comprehensive update on Saturn, the rescued ball python. And I assure you, it's gonna be a good one.
The planet we live on is infested with life. Creeping, crawling, slithering life. Once upon a time, everything we did revolved around the natural world. But now, there are billions of us, and we as a species have never strayed further from our roots. Even so, some of us continue to slip through the cracks. I'm not scared of any animal, no matter the number of teeth, claws, or legs. My only directive is to reconnect you with the wild, to defend the creatures that need it most, and to do my part to preserve the biodiversity of our remarkable world. My name is Daniel Carter, and you're watching AfroHerpkeeper. So it's the end of January now. I took her in 22 days ago, and I think now, finally, we are about to see one of these eye caps come off. She has almost completely been through one shed, the very first shed so far. She just has a couple pieces left around her spine that need to go. And you can see all of this exposed connective tissue down here. It looks really terrible, but it's good that this scabbiness is off and that this is completely sealed. The healing process has at least started. And so this first layer of shed has totally come off, except for her face, and she is now working on the second layer, as far as I can tell. I don't want to help too much, but I'm trying to get a better look at what's going on. I am pretty sure that we just got one of two layers off. And if that's the case, then we definitely have a chance at getting the second one. I'm getting some give from the shed on her face, and I'm going to gently try to encourage this. All in all, despite the prevalence of the scars, I would say that she looks quite a bit better. She's clearly more hydrated at this point. Her pattern is bolder and brighter. Her face is looking just a little less sickly. And, as you'll notice, her gums are mostly bright pink. It doesn't seem that any sort of infection or rot stayed in place. I'm pretty sure that the black stuff that came out of her mouth was a mixture of mucus and substrate that got stuck in there. She is going to have that wobble always, unfortunately, but so long as we get her through the rest of this, that shouldn't slow her down too much. Very dramatic. It's been a few more nights, but I think I'm finally starting to see more of a real ball python face right here. The face shed has finally started coming off, and it's actually been right on the verge of coming off of her eye caps for a couple days now.
So, here we are today. It's been about a month since I took in Saturn, and in that amount of time, she has shown some really incredible progress. For a snake that looked like she was already half dead when I first picked her up, Saturn has made a near complete recovery. So, let me go over everything that's happened to Saturn since the last video. As you can see, right off the bat, Saturn looks like a completely different snake. Though her spine is still covered in bite marks, they have healed incredibly well. I think this is attributable to the Sylvidine that we treated her with. In the last month alone, she has lost 2 layers of stuck shed, apart from this little bit on her neck and the very tip of her tail. Apart from this, her skin is bright, clear, and healthy. Her colors are popping, and the contrast of her pattern is much higher than it was before. Underneath all of the scar tissue is a really beautiful ball python. While her spine is clearly still covered in bite marks, the scar tissue has healed over. This is what it looked like underneath 2 layers of scabbing. For an entire month, every 24 to 48 hours, I gave her a soak in diluted betadine for about 15 minutes, and after each soak, I applied a layer of silver sulfadiazine or sylvadine cream all the way along her spine. I haven't used any oral antibiotics or anything because the gunk that was in her mouth in the last video actually cleared out within the first week. She's yet to see a vet in person, but my vet does know about her case, and he advised me a little bit over text on how to deal with her. She hasn't received any oral antibiotics or anything. She's just been getting the betadine soaks and the sylvadine cream, and I think it's gotten her pretty far. So as you can see, because she is a spider ball python, she still has this genetic wobble going on. She's going to have that for the rest of her life. It is a hindrance to her, but it doesn't affect her all that much. She can live out her life in a tank just fine. You can also probably tell that she is rather skinny. She has not yet eaten for me. I've tried twice with frozen thawed rodents. Because her diet with her previous owner was live rats, that's what I'm going to try next. It may be the only thing she'll take. Obviously, because of her injuries, I will be supervising the feeding, and as I made clear in the last video on this girl, you should never ever leave a live prey item for any extended period of time unsupervised in your snake's tank, because they can cause damage with their teeth. So yeah, overall, Saturn is a beautiful little girl. I'm very, very proud of her progress, proud of myself for having gotten her this far, especially because of the attention she's gotten. I would be pretty upset with myself if I introduced the world to this snake and then managed to kill it. But no, thankfully, it's almost all good news in Saturn's case. You can see that she looks 20 times better than she did in the first video. Still trying to feed her. Like I said, I will be trying a live rodent. I would try an African soft fur rat, but mine are not breeding yet. Once they are breeding, I'm sure this one will be enjoying one of those from time to time. So she still has this little bit of shed to get off. She still has this teensy bit of shed to get off that we don't want getting stuck on her tail forever. She's a little skinny because she hasn't eaten, and as you can probably tell, she has this one weird swollen eyeball, and part of her lip as well has a bulge. I don't know what that's about. I am going to contact my vet about that if it doesn't go down within the next couple days. Hopefully, this swelling will go down on its own. I can't say for sure, but she seems to be in much, much better health overall, and as far as I can tell, that eye is perfectly functional, which is exceptional news. That she still has both eyes after all that is awesome. So as I mentioned, Saturn has become something of a little superstar. Her video, of all of my videos, has reached the most views in the shortest amount of time in all 4 or 5 years of my channel. And if you're new to the channel, if you're here because of Saturn, I encourage you strongly to go watch some of my other content, because I put a lot of effort into it, and it is very nice. My whole channel is about spreading a love for animals in the natural world, so if you like animals in the natural world, then welcome. As you can see, her enclosure still leaves something to be desired, but it is still much better than many of the ball python enclosures in the United States. This is a quarantine setup, so it's meant to be super simple, functional, ergonomic, so that it is easy to access Saturn and keep tabs on her. So far, given the improvement she's seen, it is clearly a step up from what she was housed in previously. She has a large warm hide and 2 smaller cool hides, which she can surprisingly fit her entire body in. Ball pythons really tend to appreciate hiding spaces that barely fit them. These 2 hides in particular have given her a consistently rough surface to rub her skin on. It's definitely helped her slough off the 2 layers of thick stuck shed that were on there. Overall, I am truly humbled by the outpouring of interest and concern and love for this particular snake. and the attention that she has brought to my channel. So Saturn, as it turns out, is directly responsible for me hitting 100,000 subscribers so quickly. I wasn't on track to hit that for another few months, but it turns out that she put me over the top. So for this, I am quite grateful to this animal and to the opportunity that I've been given to help her out. For all of those who are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for being here. I hope to continue bringing you updates on this very sweet snake. Hopefully in the next video this little thing on her face will be gone, and there will be a clip of her taking down some prey of her own for the first time in 3 or 4 months probably. It's been a rough journey for this snake, and there have been ups and downs even in the last month, but clearly I was doing things right, and I am very happy to see her in this condition today. So, from me, from Saturn, thank you all very much for watching. I'm happy to bring you a happy sequel to the first video. I hope to bring you more happy updates about this girl as they happen, and maybe at some point in the future we will also have a video where we upscale her setup a bit. So yeah, from me, from Saturn, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel or you're here because of Saturn, please feel free to hit subscribe. And if you are already subscribed, don't be afraid to hit the little bell icon to get notified when I upload a new video. If you have questions about this girl, though I know the comment section will be flooded, feel free to ask, and if I come across them, I will try to get back to you. Thank you all very much for watching, for your support in me and this snake, and thank you all for 100,000 subscribers. I think we'll have to do another video about that, especially if I'm getting a play button in the mail at some point from YouTube. I think Saturn's about ready to be done with this, so once again, thank you all very much for watching, and have a good one.